It's no secret just how much shoujo I consume. According to AniList, which is a website I use to track all my manga, 170 manga series to be exact. And that doesn't include the shoujo I miss tracking, so the number may be even higher. Hi, it's Day, and I like talking about anime, manga, manhwa, and today I want to share with y'all my all-time top 5 shoujo manga. It was tough trying to narrow down my favorite series because there are objectively better series written over the 5 I'll be sharing, and as a writer, I stand firm on that belief. But my personal top 5s are all series that hit a chord with me personally, all in themes, the art, and the characters. Maybe to oversimplify it, I like series that either make me question life, make me laugh my head off, or make me kick my feet. How do you guys decide your taste in manga? Cause your girl's struggling. I won't be naming any of these manga in any particular order since that's a huge task in itself, so I'll be starting with the oldest series on the list, High School Debut. High School Debut follows Haruna, our MC, who is quite tomboyish. She used to play softball in middle school and never really had the time to pay attention to her appearance or try out self-care. So in high school, she decides that she's turning a new leaf over and makes it her goal to live out the life she didn't get to in middle school. She's going to make a high school debut. She wants to fall in love, she wants to take better care of herself, she wants to be more charming, but for obvious reasons, she struggles despite researching the latest fashion magazines. In her efforts, she stumbles upon this guy who immediately points out everything wrong in her outfit and makeup. This person is Yo. Yo is the opposite of Haruna. He's more on the introverted side, he wants to protect his peace, but more importantly, he has a knack for what is conventionally attractive, at least enough to point out all the things Haruna needs to work on. Haruna instantly takes this as a chance to ask Yo to be her coach for her high school debut. And Yo, who sees right through Haruna's genuine, earnest attitude, agrees to help her out under the condition that she does not fall in love with him. So begins the kooky dynamic between these two unlikely friends. I cannot even begin to express how much I love this series. I think what makes this series special is that every single character is very true to themselves. Haruna may want to glow up, but she is confident, outspoken, bubbly, and eager to learn. Yo is reserved and guarded, but also he reciprocates kindness and is honest to a fault. They make for such a fun duo, and honestly, even if the manga took the platonic route and made them just friends, I would still enjoy the series the same. That is how much I love these two characters, even more these two characters together. They genuinely have each other's best interest in mind, and because they're so different, they're always offering something new to each other in perspectives and experiences. Also, the plot may center around this glow up that Haruna is pursuing, but Yo is just an amazing friend for not only offering his help but genuinely pointing out Haruna's strong points. He does not change anything about Haruna actually, even the parts of Haruna that she isn't so confident about, like her strength or masculinity, Yo specifically points out it is her charm and that she shouldn't have to give that up in order to be a better person. This exact theme is what makes the manga complete for me. This premise could easily fall into a cliche of a shallow glow-up, but it really does handle it in a way that reminds the readers that one can improve on themselves without compromising their own identity. Not gonna lie, I was only supposed to reread like 5 chapters of this series to summarize it, but I ended up reading the whole thing in one go. It was that enjoyable. If you're looking for a sweet series, High School Debut is a great one to start out with. The second series on my list is also set in high school, and is actually the first shoujo that got me into reading manga, My Little Monster. My Little Monster follows Shizuku, our MC, who is quite studious and quite stoic, very serious. One day, her teacher asks her to deliver some assignments to her seatmate, who hasn't attended a single day of school. It was at that time that she meets Haru, who she quickly realizes is quite a strange person. He's aggressive and hates school, but also fantasizes about the idea of hanging out with school friends. Shizuku quickly realizes that Haru is hugely misunderstood. The reason why he's so abrasive is simply due to his lack of social awareness. She also recognizes that he might even like school too. After defending Haru from his group of friends who was using him, Haru becomes instantly attached to Shizuku. He even confesses his feelings for her. But that is just the beginning because now Shizuku has to handle all of Haru's shenanigans when he joins her in school. The biggest strength of this manga is the ensemble cast. To this day, I still hold every single one of the characters in the series close to my heart. All of them have their own lives and goals, and it doesn't feel like the characters are just introduced for the sake of introducing them. Even Haru's group of friends who used him in chapter 1 makes a reappearance later and play a different role. Also, since the confession happens so early on, the idea of what it means to like someone is explored heavily in the series, and it's so fun to see the characters go back and forth with trying to figure out what that really means for them. Also, I can't just pass by the opportunity to talk about the mangaka because I am such a big fan. To this day, she is one of my all-time faves, Robiko. Robiko, I love you to the moon and back. Please make another series. Her characterization, her dialogue, her composition. I can go on forever on what I love about her work, but I should stop here. All her works are amazing, and My Little Monster was my introduction to it, so it holds a solid place for my top shoujo of all time. The temptation to include My Precious Conversations in this list definitely almost had me, but for now, let's just include one series of hers. The next series is Snow White with the Red Hair. On that same note, there is another mangaka that I hold dear in my heart, which is Akizuki Sorata, who made Snow White with the Red Hair. This manga follows Shirayuki, a local herbalist who had to flee her hometown after finding out the prince of her kingdom, Prince Raj, is out to take her as a concubine. On her journey to another kingdom, she stumbles upon a party of people in need of first aid. She gladly helps them out, and turns out one of the people in their party is the second prince of the Clarines kingdom, Prince Zen. That moment, she begins her friendship with Zen, and eventually she works her way up to becoming the court herbalist in order to find her place to stay by Zen's side. This is one of those manga that I have lost count how many times I reread it. It's still ongoing to this day, and I don't mind because honestly, I'm seated to just watch Shirayuki and her friends go through anything. I could literally pick up any volume from the series and instantly feel pulled back into the world. Because the plot isn't too heavy, it's easy to just jump right back into. It's definitely carried by the characters and the whimsical world the mangaka has made for us. Takane and Hana. This manga begins with Hana, who is asked to cover for her older sister for a marriage meeting she wanted to skip. There she meets Takane, who is outright obnoxious. He insults her and makes a point that the marriage meeting was held with the purpose of taking his money. Hana doesn't back down though and tells him straight out that she is not even a little bit interested in him. Hana's bluntness instantly takes back the arrogant Takane. He kinda sees it as a challenge to prove that he is desirable and worth the meeting. But Hana does not care. This leads to some funny banter between them, and Takane persists to take her out. Through these meetings, they actually get to know each other, and even after finding out the truth about the marriage meeting pretending scheme, Takane still declares that he does genuinely want to pursue Hana. This manga is absolutely hilarious and over the top. There's so many quirky situations or conflicts that they get into that you would never even expect to happen, but it's funny and it's executed well. There is an age gap between Takane, who is 26, and Hana, who is 16, but there really isn't a single moment in this manga where I feel that there is an imbalance in their dynamic. If anything, Takane is more immature and naive than Hana is, and that's why it works out. Just reading their back and forths just fills me up with so much joy. I think comedy is such a hard genre to get right. At least for me, my standards are very high, but the series has it all and it never fails to put a smile on my face. Finally, for my last pick, it was due time. Unfortunately, it is an unlicensed series named Futarijime Romantic. This series features Kumamori, a hopeless romantic who suddenly reunites with her first kiss, Tajima. But it turns out Tajima is quite dry and quite stoic, not at all romantic from her memories. That is literally the whole plot. But somehow it has my whole heart in a chokehold. I love when different perspectives are explored in manga. And in this series, they're consistently just having conversations of what romance is. What does it mean to fall in love? What does it mean to be romantic? Kumamori is the epitome of a romantic, while Tajima just doesn't really get it. They start an unlikely friendship to explore what that really means for them. Despite their differences, they really get to understand each other, seeing the world through each other's eyes. Sadly, it really only has 3 volumes. It hurts my soul. It's so short, but it is written so well, so I literally have no complaints. I just need it licensed. Please. I need a series in my shelves. Please. Anyways, that is my all-time favorite shoujo manga that I've read throughout my years. There are a few runner-ups, but I didn't include them mainly because I'm in the middle of reading them, so my sentiments might change later on. One is Gazing at the Star Next Door, which hurts so much. I cannot even begin to explain how art does that. Also, the unrequited love and the childhood friends to lovers, give it to me. Please. Thank you very much. Anyways, the other one is Fall in Love, You False Angels. I am patiently waiting for the license of this series before I continue reading it, but even with 1 chapter, I'm already hooked. I love two-faced characters, and we got ourselves 2 strong MCs that play on this exact trope. And the art? I think I have a new art obsession. I will be doing some art studies on that. Anyways, while this list is pretty much set for now, there might be strong contenders in the future that will change that. What are y'all's top 5 shoujo manga series? I would love to hear them. This has been Day, signing out. Keep on dreaming, peeps. Bye!